right now you've got this. You've got a book of Lords of Salem.
Well, the book is the book's really different. The book was really exactly what the first shooting script was.
Okay.
Because the script and the movie came first. So I had the shooting script that I was going to make the movie of, and the book was based on that. But then when I actually started working on the movie, it started changing so much. But then I thought, I'll just let the book be based on the script.
Nice.
Because to go back and keep rewriting the book to fit all the changes I was making with the movie just seemed insane. So I just let that live as its own piece. So yeah.
And of course, a new album.
Yeah, and the new record that I did, somewhere in there I've made a record too.
I mean, I remember one time we talked and you said you kind of tried to keep it separate, but this, it's just like everything. You're going out with a bang on this one.
Yeah, I tried. Keeping it separate was starting to become difficult because each time I would then switch to the next thing, I felt out of the groove.
Okay.
Because I'd be working on a movie for 2 years, I wouldn't talk to the band, I wouldn't think about music, I wouldn't do anything. So then when it became time to get back into music, I just felt like awkward and rusty, and vice versa with music to film. I would be away from films for so long that when it would become time to do a film again, I would feel almost like I'd never made one before. So I wanted it all to sort of collide and happen at the same time so that I could keep both, both areas fresh to me.
Do you feel that working on all three of them kind of together kind of helped layer each individual project?
I think it helped me just keep loose because even though they don't, the film and the record are not connected in any way, there was just kind of a loose vibe that got going with like making kind of a trippy weird movie and that's just segueing into making a trippy weird record, and it just kind of kept the whole vibe alive.
Yeah.
When I recorded the record and edited the movie in the same place, in this barn I have that's like out in the woods. So there was just this really creative atmosphere with people just coming and going constantly with the projects that just really worked.
Nice.
For this anyway.
What is the album going to be? I haven't heard it yet, but I've heard it's great.
Yeah, the album's, I love it. I think that it's without a doubt the best record that I've made in at least 10 years or so. Because I feel like everyone, you make a lot of records, you do a lot of things, but every record can't be your best record because you're not always inspired, always super inspired. And there's been different times, like towards the end of White Zombie, our last record, where I felt like that's the best thing those four people are ever going to do together. I could just tell, and that's why it ended. And then the next band, that was the best thing they were going to do. And then lineups changed, and it was sometimes better, sometimes worse. And then now, again, it felt like this is the best. So, there's peaks and valleys and everything.
Of course I have to ask you. I mean, are you going to continue the story in any way, Lords of Salem?
No, I'm not going to continue it in any way.
Yeah, it felt like it was the end to me. It felt like a one thing.
It's a type of movie where you could continue on, but then I feel like it's like anything else. I mean, you can continue anything on, but then it feels like you're just dismissing this movie. Any emotion that you felt at the ending of a movie, when you fire it back up again, sort of nullifies it. So even though it's always tempting to do that, I thought it's not the thing to do.
What are you most proud of with this film?
I don't know. I mean, it's still so fresh to me that I can't really kick back and appreciate any of it yet.
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes a while. Like, there's been times where when I've finished a film, I don't like watch it over and over when it's done, edited, but I'll catch it on TV or something, HBO, like 2 years later, and I'll watch it and go, wow, it's really great. That really worked. And all the memories of how hard it was or what went wrong or what I changed, I've forgotten, and I can sit back and go, yeah, that worked. So I'm still kind of in that phase, but I'm proud of the restraint in making it because it was really a struggle. Because I kind of went against all my natural inclinations when I made it. The way the performances, the setting, the story, the camera style, everything was not what I would typically do. So I'm kind of proud of the fact that I actually stuck to that idea, because it would have been real easy to cop out and go, forget this whole idea I had, we're just going to make it handheld and gritty and go for it again. And I think I would be really bummed if I did that.